So this is the stay at the THB Lanzarote Beach. It used to be called Be Live, right in the centre of Costa Teguise. I've stayed here before, pre-COVID. It's changed hands since then, but it's a lovely hotel. So entrance hall, you can see here, traditional Lanzarote design, heading out into the pool area. I'll cover this quite a few times. Behind that tower is the beach and the sea. So you can see it's in a fantastic position. This was filmed, I think it was just after lunch or maybe early afternoon. I do film it at various other times in this video. I didn't see any children, but it's not an adults only place. I don't know what the particular reason for that was. Maybe the time of year, January. But you can see very pretty, lovely sunny location. This is a snack bar. It's been here when it was Be Live. I think it's just been refurbed. Lovely stuff here, so funny. And people are getting snacks. People are all inclusive. I was half bored. People are all inclusive are getting drinks in here all day. Oh, there we go. Most important ingredient of any holiday, HP sauce. So you can get your snacks, but also you could eat your breakfast in here. And I kind of wish I had really, because the main restaurant is downstairs with no views, which is not, it's nice enough, but obviously this is better. And I've got a bit of a thing about things being hot. Picked a tip up from Ash and Kel's channel to say, use the microwave that's there. Never kind of thought of that to warm the food up. But yeah, snack bar, looking out onto the pool. These are the free ice creams for the all-inclusive people and the paid ice creams for the non-all-inclusives. And that's that tower again looking out onto the sea. But you can see spotlessly clean, recently refurbed, new furniture, new sunbeds. Very, very nice. I exchanged a wry smile with this guy. You might catch it on camera because these two women were giving it some grief and he was looking at me and I was looking at him. See if you can see his face. There he goes. There we go. That's another sweeping shot of the main pool area. Pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? How beautiful it is. A lot of these Lanzarote hotels there's been a lot of planning, obviously, to keep the foliage and the cacti and things like that in there. So next morning, coming up here, this is the best thing about this hotel. If you get a sea view, so looking away from the pool, you get the sound of the waves lapping in the night, and this is the view to Playa. Cucharas, I think they call it. Yeah, Cucharas. I do this a few times at various times. I think it flicks forward to like 8:30, 9 o'clock in a minute. This is early morning. Yeah, there we go. So same view, a couple of hours later, looking across to Las Salinas there. Fabulous. Pretty self-explanatory, that, isn't it? And this is early morning. I always like to try and get an early morning view in before, the sunbeds get full. Golden hour, I think they call it, don't they, in video terms. So just covering it again before everybody arrives. Spotlessly clean, as you can see. New sunbeds, as I mentioned. Some of these blocks have been repainted and refurbished. You'll see when we go around the front, some haven't quite been done, but they're refurbing the whole place gradually. Lovely staff. I've never been to a Lanzarote resort where the staff weren't really nice. This is quite a common design, isn't it, in Lanzarote? Open roof, a bit of Cesar Manrique with the rocks and the white. Very well designed. There used to be a cocktail bar up there when it was Be Live. I don't think it's open anymore, and that's the Brandywell pub in the corner. We'll come back to that a bit later on. And that's the view out into the pool area again there, and that totally glass window to let the light in, obviously. So I think they give me the wave in reception. I think they quite encourage people to film because, it's kind of free advertising for people who've got YouTube channels, isn't it? This lady's looking at my YouTube channel. Look in that office. Maybe not. This is heading out onto this is kind of same view again. Morning. As you can see, it's such a fabulous location. It's kind of worth looking again. That's the newer shopping centre that's been rebuilt in that corner. You can see there some have been repainted and refurbed, some haven't. But another sweeping shot. plus Playa Cucharas, and the cycle path down there, look, which I've done many times. As I've said before, highly recommended. So for people who want to stay away from the pool and the noise, so it wasn't noisy when I was there, there's all the sunbeds here, and these look out, and there we go, that's the commercial centre-ish, and a lot of bars that are down below the lower level of the hotel complex. This is the access from the hotel down to the beach via key entry exit. So we're down a level now, obviously, we're down at beach level, and I have a walk around showing the bars and the shops that are underneath. Costa Teguise is very different from Porto del Carmen in that it's less of a young person bar type place. So there are those kind of bars in Costa Teguise. It's a little bit more refined is not the right word, but it's a different vibe from Porto del Carmen. That's underneath the hotel complex. That's actually where I've just filmed, isn't it? That's below. The level below. Bike shop, got to go there. Both those, there's two bike shops together and they're actually owned by the same guy. I've used him a couple of times and he's such a nice fella, and the bikes are all top notch Bosch bikes. There we go, we're back to the hotel now. This is obviously to get back in, making it a little bit obvious there with your key. And back up the stairs. So this is heading down to breakfast. So as I mentioned earlier, the restaurant is actually below ground level, so there's no windows in here. Though it is nice and light and airy, but not as, the views aren't as good as the snack bar, but the choice is much bigger here. I could have sworn that I filmed the evening food menu, but I can't find the footage anywhere, so we're going to have to go with breakfast only. But it's a standard fare that you get in the Canaries, plenty of fresh fruit. All, you know, I always say it's a real cliche, isn't it? Breakfast is the best meal of the day to get filled up. If you're half bored, it's very rare that you need to have anything big during the day, just beer, possibly. But it was very nice, very clean. Again, the staff, super nice, couldn't do enough. Obviously would cook things fresh for you, eggs in particular. And it was all piping hot, which, again, I've got a slight obsession with food that's not warm or hot. I think it gives me a wave, or some of the staff give me a bit of a wave. Not that that's important to anything, any content. There we go. Morning. Morning, how are we doing? Oh, only downside was the porridge was cold, but there's only me eating it, so that's not a problem. Standard fare, look, there we go. Oh, it's a fight for the bread knife in the morning. This is me demonstrating how to get a cup of coffee. There you go, in case you wondered. So a bit anemic that day, that breakfast, but it's got HP sauce on. So I think I do an evening view now of the pool area. As I say, I could have sworn I shot more footage, but I can't find it. So same spot again. Crickets and the bubbling water. Very quiet, but it was January. Probably about half full, this hotel. Maybe a little bit more. Third time lucky on the reception area, and I think I go into the Brandywell pub in the corner. So for people on all-inclusive, they get use of this pub bar in the corner. Now, it's very early. It's not always as dead as this. I was heading out to the bars in Costa Teguise that are a bit more lively. Go to the Abbey Road bar, by the way, with Wayne Harrison. That's always a good night. As I say, that's where the cocktail bar used to be. It doesn't seem to be open now. But yeah, that's me heading out for a tropical. And going home, I think next, it's only 3 nights. Watch the hazard in the bathroom. There we go, broke my toe. It went completely black later on. There's a thing to stop the door banging against the toilet. Backing up with my little, there we go, that's my usual fare. Anyway, listen, thanks for watching, and give me a thumbs up and a subscribe. I'm going to keep posting these. Thank you. Please comment, like and subscribe. It helps us a lot and it's completely free.
Captain, rented base.